Good. Okay. Wait. Wait. As soon as I get in the fingerprint me.
Right.
That's what it is.
We're gonna get
Yellow.
Yes, we are. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
It's been recording. Yeah.
Skip all of that.
Yeah. So forget that, guys. Hi. How are you? What's going on? My name is Sifu Jason. This is Sensei Tai.
Hello, everyone.
All right, and we're gonna talk about some self-defense drills. Kind of bridging the gap between karate, kung fu. There's a million styles out there. It's kind of like, are we going to argue if Burger King is better than McDonald's? That all depends on how hungry you are, okay, and what's open.
Who got the better deal?
Exactly. All right, they got 2 for 3 right now for breakfast. We're killing the game. So listen, guys, we're going to show some simple stuff. There's a lot of similarities between kung fu, and when I say kung fu, that's such a broad term, just like saying karate. It's such a broad term. There's so many different systems of karate that I can just start rambling off. Same thing for kung fu. So
it's just generic.
It's generic. So when we use these generic terms, guys, don't freak out. Just so you get the understanding of it and bridging that. It's about fighting. No matter what system you use, it's kind of saying, hey, he got. Well, let me not say that. It doesn't matter what model gun the person has, right? It shoots bullets.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time. They go, well, you got a 22, you got a 9mm. Which one's better? Let me shoot you.
Yeah, either one I don't want to get hit with. Okay, so and that's a really good explanation because guess what? I don't want to get hit with a karate punch. I don't want to get hit with a kung fu punch. I don't want to get hit with a I don't know what I'm doing punch.
Right.
I don't want to get hit with any kind of punches. So it doesn't matter. What we're doing is we're trying to stop this person from hurting us.
Yeah, we got the same goal.
Yeah, they have arms, they have legs. We're trying to avoid those arms and legs from hitting us and find those gates, enter those gates, and destroy our opponent. And then leave. Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
So no matter how we do it, guys, it's the same thing. And what I've learned, because I've studied with Sensei Tai before, what I've noticed is that a lot of the Kenpo techniques are very similar to the Wing Chun techniques, to some of the 7-star Mantis techniques. Because when you get all, like Kevin Lee said, when you get all the way to the top of the mountain, they're all coming from the same place, right? A lot of karate got influenced by Shaolin, you know.
You got your 2 mystical gods up there. You got your Wing Chun and your Kenpo gods talking amongst each other.
Same thing, okay? All right. Even in Wing Chun, there's a lot of drama, okay? You know, it's like, well, it Ching taught me this, it Chun taught this. Those are advanced science, right? Okay, so we do it this way. We compass step. Okay, well, we do 50-50. You know, wait, we do 70-30. We do 80-20. You suck. No, I suck. Everyone's got an opinion, okay? Yeah. It's up to the person and the practitioner. But enough talk. We're going to go over different drills, some simple stuff, and just kind of see the similarities. And I'm learning this pretty much with you guys right now. Sensei Tai shows me something new. You'll see it right here on camera. So, yeah, let's just go for it. So, Sensei Tai, let's take it away.
Okay, well, first off, I'm going to do a shameless self-promotion. We're here in the south suburbs of Chicago at Tekio Kenpo Academy. We're right on Governor's Highway, so you guys are in the south suburbs, you want to learn Kenpo, you want to check it out, see what it's about, stop on in. All right? So
Perfect.
We do a little drill. Start off with, this is a drill I teach the students about entering and exiting. All right? And then we incorporate the hands just to trap those joints. So see what Jason had his arms out here. All right? So we'll enter on his flank zone or just the side, not to use Kenpo terms too much. Step in with the left foot. We're going to parry. We're going to block, control, and we do a little strike right here. All right? Now I can get super technical to where I close it in, I check the knee, anchor, I pop the groin. Okay, but just to keep it simple, I do that one. 1, 2, 3. I step out. I know his hands are up. Everybody gonna say, you're gonna get in the face. It's a drill.
Yeah.
Step in, 1, 2, 3, I exit, and I learn how to go from right to left. So it's like a little cha-cha. Outside to the inside. 1, 2, boom. Now come back. 1, 2, boom. Now, even with this now, it allows the student without a punch, live punch coming at your face, it allows me to manipulate that arm and move it over.
Right.
Manipulate it. Move it over without them having to worry too much about getting punched in the face. Right? So this is a little drill we do, and I'm sure you guys
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was really cool. So I mean, because we're doing the same exact thing of where. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you do one arm. Yeah, just relaxing. Well, the same exact thing of where. So you guys are making contact here and then here. So almost like a block check.
Right.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So we do the same exact thing of where you guys go ahead and throw the punch. Of where I'm going to enter in here, right? I'm coming offline and I'm blocking, and essentially you call it pox out or slapping block, but essentially I'm checking you and striking. Yeah, same exact movement.
Yeah, canceling.
You know,
we call it canceling his whip.
I like that. Canceling his whip. I like that a lot. Yeah, so I mean, literally it's the same exact thing, and we do it where we can come in and we can move around and do whatever it is we want to do to that person. Yeah, but it's this. I mean, it's literally the same exact thing. From what I'm seeing, just yours seems to be a little bit more direct, which I like because it's hard to cut that power from flowing in. Right. And you're doing it soft right now. Yeah, of course. You know. So.
And I guess the methodology of teaching is if you have your hands
sure.
if I'm teaching a new student, I want them to have some intentions. Intent, bang that arm. Check it hard, block hard, control, pop the knee, blast the groin, right? Like you said, Wing Chun, Kenpo, we have a lot of Floyd, Kung Fu concepts and movements. Yes, I can flow as well, but that takes a minute.
Yeah.
Right? And you need all those control factors
exactly,
before they can kind of get to that.
100%. Yeah, and thank you. And that's something that people don't, I think a lot of people don't seem to realize is that it takes time to get these techniques down and when you have a full understanding of your system, then it makes sense. Like I understand Kung Fu. I understand karate. This isn't karate that I do. So I get what they're trying to arrive at.
Right.
And a lot of times we see techniques where it might look like, hey, I would never do this in a fight. Well, I'm not going to do it like that.
Exactly.
Okay, it's an application. I'm teaching you. You know,
it's not going to look pretty.
No, I'm teaching you the steps of it to get to that point. Same thing like Sensei Tai, you mind throwing a punch. So if I'm here, right, and I do a turning, time style or a block, I'm supposed to technically turn like this, right? But if there's real power coming at me, I'm gonna have to move, okay, and get this power off. Where now, guess what? Now, same thing. I'm driving towards his openings, towards his gates, and everything else here is open.
Yeah, all the weapons are over here.
Yeah. So I do want to attack, and then guess what? If he does try anything again, I can go for that leg sweep, move over this way, be back here, and attacking him, and moving around, but I'm keeping, contact on him the entire time.
Right.
Which is what they're doing in Kenpo also, where like if you noticed, he always kept some kind of contact on me. It was never a point where, like back in the day when we were kids, we did, point sparring taekwondo.
Yeah, it's bam.
Yeah.
And you
shot.
Right. Yeah, you back what, which is, great for
Hi,
footwork.
Angela.
Right.
Footwork, but bad habits.
Really bad habits,
We call it keeping contact manipulation.
Exactly, thank you. And even when we call while you're in the neighborhood, where if I'm already I'm already here striking you, right, and hitting you. Well, hey, while I'm here, come here, come here while you're here, right? It's just you're able to not break contact with that person once I've already entered that gate, or I'm searching for the bridge. We connect that bridge, and now I'm going to make that attack. And that's one of the things I really, really respect about how you teach Kenpo, is that, every video I've watched, times I've trained with you, there was never a point where it was like, tap, move back.
Right.
Like, no, there's...
See, what they don't see either is, again, it takes time. So if we go back into the same drill, we use the one.
Okay.
We go back to the same drill. This is an isolation. So I'm boom, boom, bam. We all know people don't punch like this, right? We have to start somewhere. So if you were to punch and just right punch, but recoil. Okay. So he punched, he recoiled. That's right. Bam, he's recoiling. So when I pick up that movement, this is still there.
Yeah.
And now I'm back to the same
I'm in
thing.
trouble. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's already
I felt that. Yeah, I felt that. That's good.
It's by design. So I have to start here, right? And it's gonna stay there because this can be a grab.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I can break and do all of that stuff. But if it's a real punch, this is by design.
Yeah.
Because naturally, you may want to throw that left punch, and this is still there.
Yeah.
To block it. Or before he gets to the left punch, as he pull it back again.
Ooh, yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was beautiful. So we call that what he just did with the arm break in the joint locks called china in Kung Fu, seizing and controlling.
It's like a old school Kung Fu term.
Yeah, right, exactly, yep. So like pressure points in karate is called dinmak. I don't know what the technical term for joint locking is in karate. I forgive me. Joint locking.
Joint lock.
Joint locking.
The funny thing is, it's the style that I do is American Kenpo.
Okay, right.
So they, yes, you have all the technical Chinese, Japanese terms, but Grandmaster Ed Parker wanted to kind of change American Kenpo to Americanize everything. So yes, we still keep some tradition.
Yeah.
But a lot of things is, I go by Sensei Tai, but a lot of the instructors are just Mr. Parker, Mr. Jones, right? A lot of guys, I still keep tradition of a bow and salutation. A lot of people just come in and shake hands.
As long as we're giving, I guess, the
so they
respect.
kind of want to keep it respectful, but more kind of Americanized. So they kind of get rid of like.
That's funny because I did Chinese Kenpo, and it was
and they
like
kept a lot of the Chinese.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure they did. I mean, and just because you don't know terminology doesn't mean that you don't know how to. That's garbage.
Absolutely.
I've been doing it since I was a kid, and as a kid, I rejected forms. I rejected all the stuff that I didn't think was fun and useful.
As a kid, they're boring.
Yeah, now I'm older and I'm like,
It's very useful.
There's a point in all this stuff.
You start to see that you're doing the same thing when you do application.
Exactly.
And grasp from some of those forms.
And we have to, in order for us to get it right, we have to drill it. And I think that's something that, it's not a MMA versus traditional martial arts as much as, hey, what's my goal and how disciplined can I be at what I do? Because if I understand my traditional martial arts, I understand my forms, my katas, then there's tricks in there that I can use once I actually own it. And a lot of people don't get that. Like when we see, even like in one of our forms in 7-star, where we're coming out really big here, people might think that I'm just moving here. No, what I'm doing is I'm not just going into some wide stance. That's a sweep.
Yeah.
So I'm sweeping that person, right? Even if that person's leg, is here, and I'm just like stretching it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, guess what? If I come here to block that, if I come down here, so when I'm moving down like this, that could be a hit.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff like that. Hey, I may not use this like this in a street fight, but I have all these tools here that allow me, when I see that opening, to be able to do it. Because let's say a guy is a wrestler, okay, and he's going for the double leg, right? There's so many ways to be able to handle that. It's not like you double leg me, I'm dead.
Yeah.
No.
So, and piggybacking off of that, especially with the forms, you understand that in one of our very beginning forms, short one, long one, it establishes base. It establishes base, balance. You kind of stepping away from the danger. So you start out here, and you step back, and you drop down into what we call a left neutral bow, but we just use a left fighting stance. Right? You driving down, you have proper structure, all right? You have an inward block, and then we go into a forward bow. Right. And I forget the other terms, they might call them in karate, into a reverse punch. Yeah, right? So it's very traditional, okay, but it teaches a lot. You're settling your base, you're kind of going on a downhill. Right, makes sense. Right, sliding down, boom, and then you drive. Yeah. It looks good and turn it, right? But as you learn that, you're learning how to settle your base, and then you can shorten those movements by still settling and having that proper body alignment structure. So if you throw a right punch, that's not easy. Instead of me dropping back, boom, and boom, like we never would do that. So I learned how to step, settle at the same time, right? Boom, and then I fire, engaging my hip, right? It's same thing here, right? Exactly. But this is practical, right? I like that. And I did everything that form taught me. But I didn't bypass it. If I bypassed the form, I would have been sloppy. Exactly. And I had no power whatsoever. No stability. Because I didn't feel like when you were in that position, I felt like if I were to rush at you, I'd have gotten hurt. You know what I mean? Like if I literally if I'm here and I try to do this, there's no. But that's why it needs to be practical. Because if I study and keep it here, yeah, you're gonna rush at me.
Exactly.
I'm all here and everything. But this alone stopped you for a moment.
Exactly. So I'm like, oh crap.
Hey, oh!
Yeah, exactly.
You try to lay them out.
Yeah, no, for sure. And what you did too, I like it a lot, is that you change levels.
Gotta change levels.
And you know, in Seven Star Praying Mantis, you do the same thing.
Okay.
In Wing Chun, we do the same thing. More so, like in I shouldn't say more so, but in Bilji, our third form, it's supposed to be an emergency procedure.
Okay.
Every fight is an emergency procedure.
Explain that.
Okay, so in Bilji, right? What it is that it's not for me to win this fight. It's kind of like, hey, if your punches are way faster, you're bigger, you're stronger, and my kung fu is just not working, then what do I do? Okay.
So you have like a what do you call it? What you call it, emergency procedure?
Yeah, fail safe. I don't like that term, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's an example of that, right? Like let's say I'll do it like this. So let's still punching me. So if I'm here, right?
Nice.
Yeah, sorry about that. But it's stuff like that where I'm parrying, I'm gonna hit that. Yeah, because do you really want to punch my elbow? No, not at all.
Yeah.
So I can learn to kind of parry that. I can learn to block here and allow you, since you are hitting me,
But see,
to
again,
hit my
you
elbow.
might do that in the forms,
Mhm.
but they have to know how to do that first.
Exactly it.
No student from day one is going to be.
No, heck no,
No.
not at all. And even down to like when you about changing levels. So you know, one thing that we'll do is that yeah, you're like say you're throwing punches. You're really good. I can't get through this.
Right.
Well, I'll go high, right, just to go low, to go back high again,
Nice,
right?
nice.
Because now it's like you have to try to deal with those movements
your,
procedures.
You're shifting.
Right. Exactly.
So what you just did, you kind of shifted me again. You control my width. You control my height.
Exactly.
And you going up and
Moving down. Exactly it.
I have
Because
to adjust.
you have to adjust. It is hard because you're gonna eat a shot no
You gotta
matter
eat
what.
something.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's part of why, like, as an example, when we do change those levels, I'm kind of agnostic to build you the finger thrust to the eyes. Part of why
Old
is
school.
yeah, I like it, but part of why is that let's say like you put your head down and I tap your forehead.
Your
I could break
fingers don't get.
I could break my fingers potentially. You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna do that, I like to come up and
very
in.
similar.
Yeah, up and in. That's more of a 7-star thing.
We teach the students to, if I'm going to use finger strikes, why I teach them to come up. and over.
Yeah, see,
That
yep.
way it hits, it glazes
Mhm.
over.
Boom.
It's
See,
the same
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
You going up and turning.
Boom. Because a lot of people, they want to practice like when they're in Sulam Tao, right, where you know we're going here,
Okay.
right? So double eye gouge, like that looks cool to do.
Yeah. But what if you hit your forehead or
We need application. You know what I mean?
The bone structure.
So so yeah, if I'm coming up and I'm tapping it like that, you know, and going through and tickling your brain, never mind. Yeah, it's not good. So yeah,
Don't get banned.
Don't
Don't get banned.
So yeah, so literally even here, going just here
Yeah, that sucks.
and in and through, where I'm tapping that. Okay, same thing as where I'm passing through and going for that, but I'm changing levels as that's happening. It's oh crap, this is here, down, shoot up, back down again if I need to, through that leg. Okay, and I mean that's
clear.
Yeah,
For the takedown.
exactly it. So I mean it's essentially the same exact thing, and I feel the power when you do it, because even upon me entering, you're getting that. Sorry, yeah. So even upon that power, right? Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, that alone. It's like what we call Chung Q.
Okay.
You know, when we search for the bridge, but you also want to like break that connection. So one thing that I've seen trained, and I train it myself, and this might be a little bit more JKD-ish. You know, it's still fighting.
You still similar. Yeah.
Okay, it's still fighting. I mean, yeah. So let's say go ahead and throw a punch. If I'm here, right, and I interrupt that, so I intercept that right here, and I'm going to come down on that arm.
Okay.
What that allows me to do from here is as this comes here,
Then you're right back over on top.
falling back up, and then from here,
Nice.
okay,
Nice.
pop that, so pops out, and then go back here again.
And again, you keeping me checked.
Exactly, because if he turns,
Yeah.
boom, okay,
Now you
boom,
check my height.
boom, inside of the leg. So there's a lot of things that I see that are so similar that someone who, like you said, you started off in Kung Fu.
Yeah.
You know, and so did I, but then I went to karate, I did Taekwondo, a bunch of other stuff, and the more and more I learned, I was like, wow. You know,
Yeah, and the more I learn Kenpo, which I've been new, but the more and more I still study and I teach. I would say more so that I teach other students and I see things. I learn every day.
Yes,
I'm teaching.
yes.
You see all the similarities of, wow, this is, you know, a version of this kind of Kung Fu. And yeah, it's just beautiful.
It is.
And, yeah.
Yeah, there's no point in trying to, this is better than this right here. If you're an amazing American Kenpo practitioner, you'll beat someone who's not good at their craft. It doesn't matter. If you're a good kung fu fighter, you'll beat somebody who isn't as good as you in their craft. And that's not a representation of that system. You know, I don't, like me personally, I represent kung fu, I get, but I represent fighting.
Right.
Okay, I represent fighting. That's what I look at.
I was looking at a documentary. It was a podcast, and not Hoist, but Hoyer, the older brother.
Yeah.
He said it best. He said it's 3 things he lived by when it comes to fighting that makes him effective. You have to be very good at what you do, no matter what it is. You have to be very good at what you do. You have to have intention.
Yes.
You know, behind the things that you're doing. And I think he said the biggest thing is you have to have endurance. So you can be similar.
Yeah.
You can be great at Wing Chun, great at Kung Fu, great at Kenpo. We have strength and intention and all of that. Everything hurts.
Yep.
But if one of us gas out,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, Bruce Lee learned that a long time ago, you know, and Bruce Lee's like he fought some guy. I can't get the story wrong.
Yeah.
But
I remember vaguely.
he thought the fight would be over in 10 seconds, and it lasted like 3 minutes.
He had more than my stamina.
Yes, and he was gassed, and that's when Bruce Lee changed how he perceived fighting and started adding all the training, all the endurance stuff. Which, I mean, it makes sense though. You know, no, I don't want to fight someone for 3 minutes. I hope the fight's gonna end quickly.
Right.
But we don't always have
You don't have
the choice, you know? Yeah, I mean, I've been in real fights where I've punched people 10, 15 times in the face.
Go down.
And they didn't go down, yeah.
Right.
Because they were bigger than me. It wasn't until like I dealt them like stuff that you need that you can't have hit.
And this is why a lot of those, you know, I haven't said it. I like cross training. I have cross trained. Personally, I believe you should really focus on your home base more than you do cross training.
I agree.
But the beauty of cross training is, like you just said, it goes past those 3 minutes. Okay, striking isn't working. Now I gotta do something.
Exactly.
What do I have in my bag that I can kind of neutralize this guy with? So if you got a little BJJ or a little wrestling, it's time to pull that
out of the bag. Exactly.
Yeah,
and I think that people don't get that it's whatever I flow and use and put into this. Like, I'll make a very bold statement here. Bruce Lee probably would have never made Jeet Kune Do if he had learned the complete Wing Chun system. Because Wing Chun has everything that Bruce Lee was talking about, you know, minus his little tweaks. But there is anti-grappling in there. There is, you know, chin-up. There are kicks. There are, you know, strikes. There's all this stuff that there's ground fighting in Wing Chun as well. So people who want to dabble, it's like, hey, that's fine.
You got to
learn your system.
Make that decision.
Exactly.
You know, if you do, it's
yeah,
fine. Go
and just
your journey.
And just say that you want to learn something
And
different.
it may be for you, but you may not necessarily have to reinvent the wheel.
Exactly.
You know,
like
like
me personally, right? I trained with you while I was training and getting my black sash at the 7-star pre-mantis school. So here's the difference. I'm learning how you guys think and operate.
Right.
Okay, to where I'm not just learning how to fight people who do my system.
Right.
Because that's dumb. I don't want to be the best Wing Chun fighter against other Wing Chun, or the best Northern Shaolin 7-star fighter against another one. What the heck? No. Like, you know, I know our like pitfalls and everything else. I want somebody who has a different level of aggression, different level of power. They're doing things differently. And even if I get beat up in training,
it's gonna happen.
I'm learning.
You still learn.
I get popped and beat up I get beat down all the time in training, all right, because I want to fight better people. Yeah,
and we're not perfect.
No.
In that, contrary to Dr.
Hey there, Mr. Lilera.
We make mistakes. We get hit. We get bruised. We're human, and this is still part of the learning.
It is. We're always constantly learning, and just because like being a black belt doesn't mean that you're like this master expert. What it means that I mastered the basics.
Lilera, say hi.
Hey Shifu, how are you? Oh, that's awesome. That's great. But yeah, so you just mastered the basics.
Sorry about that.
Okay, of what you're doing, as opposed to I now know everything, and hey, I got my hey, thank you. I got my black belt now. Goodbye. I'm opening my own school
Right.
now next door to you because I'm better than you. What?
Yeah, so
What?
They don't get
No, we don't get that, and it's even in teaching. I learn, okay, because every student is different. Everyone has different body type. There's things that, guess what? There's certain techniques that don't work on some students.
Oh, absolutely. You got double jointed students. They
Right.
have a lot of wrist locks, and it's not that they don't work. They don't have that effect that you think
Exactly.
they should have. They're not going to scream in pain.
Mhm.
They have a higher threshold. They're going to go past that point of ouch.
Exactly.
You know, but with the proper mechanics, those techniques
Still can, yeah. You can still, like, as an example, you may not respond off the pain, but if you can't move your hand, you can't move your
You can't
hand.
move your hand.
Right.
You got to lock that. It's just
Yeah,
like that.
exactly it. You know, so there's so many things that end up folding kind of back into that same
Yeah,
category.
yeah.
You know, even down to like, here's an example I'll show you. So, you know, for us, where it's so much, you know, where I can block here, right, and then I can strike. But what I've noticed, like from Kung Fu to Kenpo, we're doing both at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, same
Block
time.
and strike at the
Okay,
same
all right, same time. You know, same time, same time,
Yeah.
same time. Okay, everything else, I'm flowing into that person and flowing through them. You know, and I mean, like I've watched some of your stuff before where you guys have done
What's up,
combinations.
So
Jalissa?
speaking of that,
Hey.
so we got a concept we use, which is what American Kenpo is truly based on.
Yeah.
Besides the rapid striking and everything, economy of motion.
Right.
That's the rapid striking.
Yes.
So I would do that same technique.
Oh, yeah.
Similar. As I step back, you know, and get the block, bam, right? So again, people don't punch like this.
Yeah.
He gonna load that right punch and recoil it. So with economy of motion teaches me, boom, yep. Here's that.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
I'm proud of it.
Here's that grab,
Yep.
right? Same kind of same drill we was doing.
Yes.
Here's that grab into.
Woo!
Yeah,
Yep.
So
Exactly.
now I'm borrowing your force.
Mhm.
We borrow that force, bam. Even if you pull back,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's not gonna work.
It pulls me.
Exactly. Well, actually,
into
it was
that
worse that I pulled back.
Yeah.
Right.
It was much worse for me.
Because now it's like a
Exactly.
type thing.
Because and that's the funny thing too about like force is that, and Kenpo's really good about redirecting energy on that person. Because as I'm trying to like bring this back in, I'm already getting hit, right? And
so
then he's grabbing
you
me.
go to where it hurts. So
Yep.
I laid into you, bam,
Oh,
you
yeah.
strike.
I'm doing this.
You pull it back anyway.
Yeah.
That kick is coming in, bam.
Yep. Because now look where I am.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't moved.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
falling
checking that
over.
leg,
yeah.
popping that leg.
Right here, you can just go through me. It's fine.
Yeah. So it's one, I go to strike. He pulls back because it hurts, and then people don't leave their arms out. I'm continuing the motion.
Yep.
There's that break that we were doing.
Yep.
Kick. Now I'm gonna crash down on that knee, and you got an overhead punch,
Yep.
underhook, and then you go.
Yeah. And even with his leg being right there, he could have just stepped through.
Yeah.
Right. That'd have been a terrible.
Yeah,
thing.
hit me down
Yeah.
like
Oh,
this.
100%. You know, and that's something that we practice quite a bit.
But that's
is-
the economy of
Yeah,
motion.
kind of emotion. We have to, because I don't want to stop the flow. And whether the flow is, you know, like you're saying, where I'm going, you know, here, okay, all right,
You gotta keep moving.
it's the same thing, right? It's the same exact motion that I'm doing here as I'm doing this, right? But
Because you might, two things can happen. You can miss,
yes,
or you can eat.
yeah. It's,
And then what are you gonna say? Oh well.
yeah,
sorry.
if I sit here to you and I go,
right,
and you take it, I'm like,
now right.
hey, bro, we good, right? Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't work that way, right? So, and that's another thing too, is that when we see in classes, whether it's your class or my class, people have to have the time to learn, okay? Like, if I blow through somebody,
It's over with.
they're not learning, for one. I'm being a jerk.
Yep. They
And
don't trust you.
They don't trust me, and why should they? Like, yes, I know that I can beat you. You're a student.
You came to me. You
You
came
came to me to learn this.
Yeah.
It's not. We don't have to go. Hey,
Yeah, I gotta do.
I
got this person.
gotta make sure I can whoop your butt, dude.
Yeah, before I can.
I want to teach you, man. Just gotta make sure you might be some kind of prodigy. No.
Nah, you get that. You get that from the introduction, from the class. You get when people are sandbagging and coming in and trying to test you, or you get the legitimate, genuine student who wants to learn.
Exactly.
And then you kind of go from there.
And I've had students before too who, I won't say who, but you know, I show up as a new instructor, to a school, and people want to.
They don't respect.
Yeah, and I don't try to walk in with like, hey, I know how to do this. It's more like, that's Sifu Jason. I'm like, shh,
Right.
So I had one guy who he's been to another school before. He's learned some stuff and trying to use him to demo. He would like try to counter,
Try to resist.
Yeah, which was like, okay, bro.
We're not. This is not a. I'm not gonna say that, but this is not a
measuring contest, right? Exactly. We're here to teach and learn. And what stopped him from doing it, now he's a really good student.
Okay.
What stopped him from doing it was I just countered him
Yeah,
a few times. Yeah, and I flipped him a couple times, and I hit him a couple times, and then he was like, okay.
Yeah. You're like,
I'm
come on,
sorry,
man,
we're good now.
let's work. Let's teach.
Exactly. Now egos are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Let's learn, and that's where I think, hey, if karate let's stick with Kenpo.
Mm-hmm.
If Kenpo fits your personality, if it's closer to your house, okay.
There you go.
If you can
those
afford
are big
to go,
factors.
right?
Price, distance, first of all.
Thank you.
You know those
Exactly.
are huge factors, and then you may run into something like, oh, I never thought I would do this style, but it's it fits my personality.
Exactly, 100%. You know, and that's where we have to play into that role. When I was 20 years old, I loved kicking and jumping and flipping on people and and all that
Power
stuff.
Rangers and Turtles.
Yes, dude, I thought I was going to red. At a karate tournament in 2006, I did a flying side kick to a kid, right? And I kicked him out of the ring. And his teacher actually had me go to their school and become their junior instructor.
Nice.
So he did not like that at all. But as I did the kick, I screamed out loud, Zeal Flying Power Kick.
Because that was in your
Yes! It made it better!
Oh my
I
gosh.
was channeling Tommy,
Yeah.
Jason David Frank. I'm like, kid, you're done. Zeal Flying Power Kick! Boom! And just like, yeah.
Absolutely.
And I was I could do it way better back then. And I landed it, he fell out of the ring, and I'm like, yeah, oh!
Yeah, made your day.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
let me make sure I didn't kill that kid.
Right,
Huh.
We got like
Yeah.
5-10 more minutes.
No problem. Yeah, we won. But yeah, so
405.
a couple more techniques we'll go over just to kind of show and showcase, like, again, the similarities to it. And also, I think one of the beautiful things about this is that someone like you could easily transition over to Wing Chun 7-star.
I would say the biggest thing with Kenpo transition to other martial arts, it's never the application in hands, it's the feet.
Yes.
It's more the feet,
Yes.
and I think that's every style.
It is.
Everyone moves different. We transition our power a little different. So we do a lot of in Kung Fu. I don't want to pronounce it because I'm gonna butcher the name, but what's it called? Datien, right? So we utilize that, but more so in a different way, more Americanized. We use the hips, right, and we use torque.
Okay.
And we just
Gotcha.
Yeah. And we do a lot of shifting, and we just use torque.
Right.
So, but you still want your Datien to be strong.
Exactly. And it's funny you said because literally even like in Sifu Dao, the first form.
Okay.
We're here, you're here, established, center line here. What we're doing is like a lot of times, like our punches might be here, but when I'm bringing in, say, from like my folk style, right?
Okay.
Or from my tan style, if you notice, I'm really like my elbow is pretty much right in my
That's the
Datien.
line,
You know what I mean?
right
Yeah. Right. As that's going on, so it's like I really want to make sure that I'm focusing because that's where my energy's coming from.
We call it body fusion.
Right.
Body fusion, it's just body alignment and structure.
Exactly.
Without all the mysticism, but yeah.
Exactly, man. That's where people, I fail to realize, like, I'm practicing this and doing this for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
To get that control, to understand, like,
So
when I
have to
fire.
do it
Exactly.
in real application.
Boom.
It's already there.
Right.
You don't have to think about it.
No, not at all. Yeah. Not at all. It's always there because again, if my guard hand or Wu Sao, because you have Man Sao, Wu Sao.
Okay.
So if my guard hand here is here or here, I'm not freaking out. Like if you were to do a punch here, right? Now granted I could Gan Sao that, like a downward block. But if I do end up going here to this, I can't remember. It's alright. Then it's not that big of a
It was like 98.
Oh, that's alright. You're probably overheated. That's why. But yeah, so if I go here, it's no different. Also, I'm not trying to push so far over that now.
Yeah, you're outside your zone.
Exactly it. That's why that in the form, we're here, like relaxing, you hit that.
Okay.
It's no different here. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I end up doing that to where I do cross for some reason, so that's like up here. Well, now I'm inside that gate right there. If he does hit me with that hand, it's no different because I'm here. Move around this guy.
Right.
Now I want to get behind him. Now I can go ahead and operate those arm
But you
breaks.
shifted me
Yeah.
when you crossed my center line.
Exactly.
That way I wasn't just structured here to bomb away.
Exactly. Because when I was training with you, one thing that I love this about how I don't want to say about Kenpo, but about you, about how you train. And it's something
And
that.
that's cut you off, and no pat on my back, because I've had different instructors. It's not always the style. You know, the style can be great.
Yeah.
But if you get a bad instructor,
It doesn't matter.
yeah,
It doesn't matter.
You
You're gonna stay. Yeah, no, 100%. And it's something that we practice a lot, and that we do in my school, it's the 7-star school, Kung Fu Academy in Chicago. Is when I'm moving, I want to move around that person in a circle.
Yeah.
So if I face you straight here and we go to, this is dumb, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Versus do it again. Versus if I.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cut cross, not so many but still, if I cut cross,
same
thing. We do this in 7-star, so shut up. But yeah, if I'm cutting across here and now I'm flowing around you, Hak Sao, I'm back behind you. Here's the thing: is that when he turns to try to hit me, I'm back behind you here still again.
Right.
He doesn't know where to go.
Yeah.
Like I've hit him on this side of his head, and then he's getting fast. Let me move over here and hit on this side. So now he's like, crap, I gotta go back over here. Well, now I'm back here again. Well, now I'm down below. Well, now I'm gonna take your leg out. You know, now I'm gonna go for that eyeball.
We call it zone of sanctuary.
Zone of sanctuary.
So you always want to try to get into their zone of sanctuary.
Yeah.
Which is unsafe.
Yes,
Here.
I like that. Okay,
Unsafe.
zone of sanctuary.
Here, this is
I'm adopting that.
My zone. Right?
Zone of sanctuary, Sensei Tai.
Take it.
Okay.
Take it.
All right. I'll give you a quarter every time I use it.
There we go.
Yep.
That'll work. Yeah. So those are some of the little things.
Yeah.
But it was something you were saying, what you were just doing before, and I kind of want to piggyback off of that.
The circle thing or the
Um,
punch together?
yeah, the punch.
Yeah.
To do that again, I did.
Oh, across. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of went to the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. Very similar.
Yeah.
So again, getting to that zone of sanctuary.
Yeah.
So I still went to
Mhm.
the same technique.
Right.
Okay, but instead of stepping back,
Mhm.
I met the punch.
Okay.
Right?
So.
I met the punch.
Yeah.
Punch through. Right? I could punch through, collapse the elbow.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh gosh.
I can
Yeah.
spin and get to that zone of sanctuary. You know,
Yes.
so there's, just a couple
That's
options.
terrifying. That was terrifying.
Couple options you can use. But again, like I said, it all stems from the feet.
Exactly. And I went back into like the
So you went here.
Right.
Do it again.
Yeah.
When you
So-
shift it, right now
Yeah.
shift back, right?
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
it.
Yeah, because I'm almost kind of going into. I didn't realize I was even doing it. Almost like a cat
Nice.
stance in a way.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
When you
Okay.
shift it,
Right.
your shoulders.
Man, thank you, 7
More
stars.
so, if I come here,
Right.
I'm coming in.
Exactly.
Boom.
Because the
Yeah,
energy's
you know what I
the
mean?
energy's dissipating into nothing land right now. Because a lot of times we
I can
can
establish myself.
exactly
Throw another punch.
so in here, and if I'm moving out of the way, it's like Mr. Miyagi said years in the Karate Kid. Best way to avoid a fight, not be that.
Right
Now I get it if I'm not there, but best way to avoid getting punched is to not be there.
Not be there.
Okay, you know
It's simple.
It's simple. It's super simple. We're just trying to avoid the hits, and what you did also was
So that's what it was.
Yeah.
I remember.
Okay, yeah.
So, utilizing the concepts from Kenpo, and again, it's not what's better; it's different concepts.
Right.
This is the Kenpo way. That's the Wing Chun with 7-star praying matches way. We idolize. I mean, we utilize economy emotional one. So here, I don't want to stop. If I'm punching, and we have another concept called where straight line ends, a circle begins. So this is a straight line, right? So to keep the economy of motion, I collapse and form the circle. And that's how I keep going.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll have to go boom, stop.
Yep.
You start again.
Exactly, yep.
You start to understand, bam, I can slip elbow.
That flow, yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of what it is.
It is. No, it's a beautiful flow because why stop, reset, That,
Yeah.
It's almost like you start singing a song and you just stop.
Yeah,
and
it
start again,
becomes
you know?
choppy.
It is, yeah.
It becomes
It's choppy.
choppy.
Exactly. And that's where I think a lot of people, like if you watch a lot of karate movies where the people aren't actual martial artists,
Right.
you'll see
They do
very
that.
choppy, like
Now,
martial
it's
arts.
still on film.
If
so
you don't know
can,
better-
you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you
look
like,
at a martial
here,
art,
wait, swing me. Here's it's like,
yeah, yeah.
it's like,
Untrained eye, you see everything.
you know, as long as I pose at the end,
So it's like,
then I look like
man,
I'm
you
good.
got it really good.
Yeah, you know,
But
I
we
can
looking
flail
at
around and be like,
Yeah, you looking at it like, yeah, bro.
come on,
it's
man,
good.
really, dude? Like, yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up in a second. But I want to highlight how these movements, they're all coming from the same place. It's the same concept. And
Different ways of getting
just
it.
different ways of doing it, right? You know, if you drive a Lexus versus an Acura, it's still a luxury car. They're still beautiful cars, right? You know,
one destination.
One destination.
Be
and
safe, go home safe, get back to your wife.
and
children.
exactly, and surviving.
Yeah.
You know, any encounter that we come across, our goal as teachers is to make sure that our students survive it. You know, even like that emergency procedure thing, that's not about like winning the fight. It's about surviving.
Yeah.
Even down to like, you know, if we have like a lot of techniques to teach you one arm.
Okay.
Because what if we're using swords and stuff? So what if one of my arms is cut off?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Can I still do what I need to do?
Someone have you in an arm lock and
Yeah. And your drill earlier, like we're gonna drill that because that was of course because that was really good. Of where hey, I'm here and I'm learning. It's like wooden dummy almost.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
So I
put on an actual person.
Yes,
You get
I love that.
to move.
And then you can hear the sound when you hit the wooden human being dummy. You know. But I mean seriously, if someone's like this though, it's like I feel like I can slide into here and I can do everything else I need to and actually strike and and have that fondao and continuation of strike on that person.
So another cool thing, if we got a minute,
Yeah,
sure. Show it.
Yeah.
So you go back to that drill, right? And I'm just going inside. With Kenpo, we use like so you'll hear a lot of people say, "Why is he hitting himself? Why is he hitting himself?" It's not that I'm hitting myself. I hit myself sometime for rhythm and timing, just like a tap dancer or somebody playing the drums. So as we get this, boom, 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 okay, we get it. So once we develop this, I can get a rhythm and
Yes.
so you start to hear
Yep.
it.
I like that.
Now I know.
Woo.
I know
Yes.
that it's working.
Yes. Well, tone. So guys, tone, sound, indicates location. It indicates speed. Indicates like his
Timing.
actual timing, contact. Like you might hear, like even with our uniform, it's not going to be on here, but you might hear like that snap, that sound comes
especially
through.
when you got the uniform.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm understanding that if I make that snap, then I'm actually doing the proper movement.
Timing. Yep.
Exactly, with everything. And even in that, like I love that. It reminds me of like, so as an example, like the way we start off our movements. So just go ahead and throw a punch. If I'm here and I go to hit you, right, we're not just stopping here, okay? All right? What I'm doing now is I'm going to step into your bubble, right?
Yep.
With an attack, and I'm going to continue on.
But now go back. But notice something. So I'm going to just put this here so you have a target.
Yeah.
When I did that, right, look at this. Body unification, body movement. That was the same sound. You blocked, you strike, and it all
Right.
same time.
Exactly.
All
100%.
pop.
Exactly.
Right, everything there, pop, pop, pop.
Exactly. Because now that person, think about it, that person came in with this punch here.
Yep.
He intercepts my punch. I get hit.
Yep.
And I'm getting hit again,
Yep.
and
Boom,
again,
boom.
and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
But it all falls back to that timing, that rhythm. That
Exactly. And we find that like you, and I'll say something, we'll let it go.
Okay.
Well, earlier when you when I was punching at you and you intercepted and you hit me, we call that in Jeet Kune Do before, during, after.
Okay.
Where either I'm gonna hit you before you hit me, so we're about to fight. Bah, I hit you first.
Okay.
That's always better.
During.
I'm saying that I'm swinging at you, you get me. Yep. Or after, you let that punch or whatever it is happen, right? And when I'm retracting, or let's say I'm doing a kick, right? Because people a lot of times tend to kick and put their foot down,
Okay.
which is dumb. So you're gonna follow up with another hit. Like if I do this to you,
Boom. Yeah. Yeah. It's like.
yeah, come here. Yeah, I didn't punch him, I slapped him. Yeah, so if I go
This
here,
stupid.
exactly,
Right.
and now everything is open. Now he can hit
And
me.
I got bam. Come
Yep.
through here.
Because the
come
technique
there.
already happened. He didn't try to intercept it. It wasn't before. It's like, hey, big kick, move out of the way of this. Now he's here.
Right.
And it just, yeah,
You didn't do anything.
exactly.
But yeah, you got and that's the other thing I teach students too. And this is why we drill slow. You're going to get hit.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to get hit. And even in real fights, you may get hit.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. You'll survive.
You'll survive.
Getting hit. It's not a big deal. We had a student. He wasn't a student. He was a trial guy off the street. So Shifu put me with him. He's like, oh,
Control.
yeah, I'm not gonna kill him. So I think that was the problem though. He saw as a black belt,
So he figured I can do everything on him.
or I need to do everything on him.
So either one's bad.
Yeah. So as soon as we said go, he just boom, clocks me in the face about as hard as he possibly could. I didn't lose consciousness, but it was like, Roger that.
but
Cool.
yeah,
Okay, I see how how it is.
You understand? Me being a black belt don't mean that I can't get knocked out.
Thank you. We still can. I'm a human being. You know? And then, of course, I'm like, we're going to have a conversation now. And she was like, Shifu Jason, no. I'm like, okay, I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you.
Calm down.
You get choked out.
I'm going to walk away right now with my ego. But yeah,
No, I
so,
definitely appreciate this.
no, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. I hope to do this again soon.
Always. We have to.
Guys, come check. I can't see the name on this.
Tekio Kenpo Academy. Tekio is Japanese for adaptive. So it's adaptive Kenpo. Adaptive Kenpo, practicality, real life. Don't get stuck in this traditional bubble if you have to adapt. If you need to move, that's my biggest thing with students. Move. If you need to move back, do it. If you need to move forward, do it. I'm not going to jump out the bushes and say you didn't do that technique right.
Right.
Move. Just move.
Exactly.
Adapt. You need to use your left, right hand. I don't care.
Adapt, improvise, overcome.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
that's all it is. You know, survival. At the end of the day, we're survival instructors. You know, hand-to-hand survival instructors.
Absolutely.
That sounds cooler.
Yeah,
Hand to
we-
hand.
I'm a get home safe instructor.
that's the seminar. So,
Oh,
yeah, seminar. So look forward to the
okay.
seminar.
Got seminars coming
We're
up.
gonna write that name.
Seminar.
All right,
Seminars,
most definitely, guys. Let us know. Want you guys to sign up. Come check us out. If you're in the South Suburban area, please, please,
Please
please.
stop by.
I cannot recommend him enough. I've known this guy
Class
for
promotion.
at least 12 years now. All right, and he just gets better and better. So again, I appreciate you, Sensei. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Thanks, guys.
Yes.